It's literally a big game, and they play for an axe, that annual contest to see which of these Bay Area schools will reign supreme. And after today, only one will be standing tall like a tree or chopping away at one. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Cal's offense will have the opening possession of the game. The Bears put a whipping on Stanford the last time these two teams met, blowing out the Cardinals.
Blowing them out, creating momentum, creating mojo, getting the bragging rights in this rivalry. That is always something Cal fans look forward to. Giving it to Stanford fans for a whole year, especially when you beat them down.
Yeah, it just seemed for Cal last year like that was personal to them, right? They were so angry heading into that game. They wanted to make an example of their rival, and that's the way it should be every year for both these teams. That's what rivalry games are. It is personal, not just for the players, but for the fans as well.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job on the defense.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Takes the handoff. It's Barnes. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
The Golden Bears are flying down the field. The give from the gun. Turning it on. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Let's go! Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he was hit just as he was... the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Golden Bears will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. So the Stanford Cardinal offense comes out, and they'll have it for the first time today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you can tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Breaks into the open. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. They'll run the option. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And I think everybody wants to run the option nowadays, but the problem is, can everybody read it? You got to be able to stick the ball in the belly of the running back, and you have to be able to understand, or I'm pitching it to him. Whatever the read is, you can tell he was a little bit confused, a little bit slow, and that's why the defense won this round.
Got a man. It's Culliver. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Guys, let's talk just for a second about Stanford. They've really got it going the last few weeks, won their last 3, and maybe going to get a little bit of national attention.
Yeah, they had some bumps in the road early.
Lost one deep down the right side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Stanford! Once he got some room, it was over. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. To the 33-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
From the gun, the running back has it.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Unloads to the right. And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete. The Golden Bears send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and short kick. He makes a fair catch, couple steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Jones wants to throw it. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. Guys, let's take a big picture view of Stanford. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder. Haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The the Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Golden Bears just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Now from inside the red zone. He wants it all. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Dropping back, it's Vasquez. Makes the grab. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab past the marker. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the one. The Golden Bears have this offense rolling. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Bears. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up the first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Cook. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Jones to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Makes the catch at the 35. Makes a move. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the grab on the left. And they're able to make the tackle.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. He'll take it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Jones wants to throw it. Zings it complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And he missed it. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Moves away as he feels pressure. Crosses the 30. He's got away. There he goes. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Barnes. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll give it to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Golden Bears will call on their punt team. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, picked off. What a play to set him up. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Cal! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, return to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
He'll bring it out. It's Clement. And the ball is loose on the return. Kicking team's got it. Touchdown, Golden Bears! He got a step and just dusted the field.
This offense offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Clemens. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The lone back's got it. Oh, he's got some space. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. On first down from their own 22. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. On first down from their own 22. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Tempo and overdrive. Jones to throw. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Stanford comes to the line, and that first down marker is a long way away. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Right on the money. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Golden Bears want to crank the tempo. Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. At the 35, he's loose. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Back to throw, it's Vasquez. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be... pre-snap. They've been making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense
turning it on. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Men, massive expectations when the axe is on the line, and through 2 quarters, Cal and Stanford have not disappointed. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Cal and Stanford plays out.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is Coach Megan, very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Jones wants to throw it. Under fire. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. There's always one thing sure to get the juices flowing for the Cardinal and the sturdy Golden Bears, and that's anything to do with the axe, guys.
Yeah, and the trophy games are fun. It's not a real axe, by the way. It's kind of a trophy with an axe on it. But this means something to them. It means something to the fans. All the pranks, all the history behind it, Paul.
Yeah, it's really actually more of a plaque, which is interesting. But regardless, it doesn't matter what the records are between these two teams. Stanford and Cal, it comes down to this game. This is bragging rights, not just today, but for the rest of the year.
They'll run the screen. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The hand to the running back. Breaks into the open. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The give to the left side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Big 3rd down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. Back to throw. It's Vasquez. Makes the grab. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And the Golden Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. He'll keep it himself. Down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring in for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. The Golden Bears, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They want to throw it. Back's got it. Touchdown, Golden Bears! The offense cashing it in on that drive. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The inside handoff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Stanford lines up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, running back gets the give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Wants to throw. It's Vasquez. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that might be the edge of his range, but he had just enough. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Complete downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. They had this offense backed up. Now they have to be staggering. Can they deliver another punch on 1st and 10 from inside the 40? Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting them get some positive yards.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
On the run, it's Barnes. Hard-nosed, determined effort to work his way up to the 35-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense.
There he goes. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Golden Bears are marching down the field. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Picks up the 1st down. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and that's just just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. The Golden Bears getting set on 1st and 10. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
Ready.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
3rd down coming up.
8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. To the air, it's Vasquez. Quick completion on the out route. Touchdown, Cal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0. The Bears have pushed out to a comfortable lead and now have their eyes on grabbing the axe.
And you know, in any rivalry game, momentum is a massive factor. Cal right now seems to be seizing on that, David, here in the 2nd half. Let's see if they can close this out.
And I love you gave me professional analysis, but let's get back to what Reese Davis said. It's not really an axe, Reese. It's actually a trophy that has an axe on it. So they're not going to grab an actual axe. Just any chance I get to call out Reese Davis for being wrong, I'm going to do it.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200.
Looking deep. He's got it down the left. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. Hard running there. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Guys, let's talk just for a second about Stanford. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that for Palmer. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account. And it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
It's 1st and goal as Stanford comes to the line. Looking downfield, it's Roach. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time. Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Absolutely center cut. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
And they cut into this lead a little bit, but, man, it's still a huge deficit. And they're going to need their defense to get a stop in this 4th quarter and get them the ball back quickly, still down by a good bit of points.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
He's got 93 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Give to the back. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The game is over and is not on the field, and it is the sturdy Golden Bears who will